Alrighty, I have some exciting news about an event I am hosting on May 29th. That is a Thursday at Canada's Wonderland. We will have exclusive access to AlpenFury. You're going to get a tour, a 1 hour approximate tour of AlpenFury, and then an hour exclusive ride time on AlpenFury before the park opens. And then when the park closes at 8 p.m., we will have AlpenFury and 7 other rides for 2 hours from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. of just exclusive 2-hour night rides on AlpenFury. So this is really exciting. It's been something I've been working on for quite some time now. I'm finally in the process of getting this event solidified. It's booked through Canada's Wonderland now, and now we're in the registration process. So I have opened it up to Patreons for the last 2 days to sign up and get access, and we are 75% sold out already just through Patreon access. So if you want to come to this event, go to the link down below in the comment section and the description of the video, click it and sign up. Tickets will be emailed to the people who sign up on this Google document to purchase. And when you do get this link to purchase tickets in about a week or two, you're going to want to do so immediately. We are working our way down the list based off of time that you registered. So it's in order, first come, first serve for this event. It's $180, and it gives you access to essentially 3 hours of exclusive ride times, a tour, and then some more things we are working on as the Amusement Insiders team to do throughout the day. So very excited about this. It's a huge thing that I've been planning. A lot of work has gone into this, and it's been very time consuming and very expensive, but nonetheless, super excited. Hopefully you guys want to join us on this event. It'll be worth it. It'll be really fun, and we're going to make it like the best day you've ever had at Canada's Wonderland. Anyways, go down to the link below, sign up as soon as possible. You want to sign up as quickly as possible to get your name numberized on that list so we reach out to you to buy tickets. Anyways, let's get into the construction update. So as you can see here, AlpenFury has installed its last little corkscrew there, heading over Vortex's drop. They've gotten a lot of the support structure installed in that area. So again, about 75% of AlpenFury's supports have been installed at this point. I mean, I would even comfortably say maybe around 80% of AlpenFury's supports have been installed, and maybe about 30% of the track, 30 to 40%. No, definitely 30. I'll stick with 30% of the track installed for AlpenFury. They have definitely been slowed down by the weather, so there has been some slight, working a little slower, as they've had to wait for some of the footings that they are doing inside the mountain for that double inverting top hat. The electrical room is being constructed for AlpenFury. As you can see here, will most likely be the main electrical and cooling system for AlpenFury and its launch. So you'll see some water and electrical components for the PLC room, which is kind of like the supercomputer for the ride, as well as my prediction, lockers for AlpenFury, and you'll see some other rides in the park maybe getting some lockers as well. So that is, take that with a grain of salt, that bit of information. They haven't carried on with installing the track in this section, and I want to explain why. So a lot of people are like, well, how come they haven't installed that? Well, it's because they need vehicles to still pass through there, and you obviously don't want vehicles with that extended claw on the excavators maybe to accidentally hit the track, more specifically in that area, especially with construction and ripping that area up still needing to occur. So that is why they have paused construction over there, and they're working their way backwards. Over here, that footing that they have started just under Vortex's drop is curing, so they've gotten that in. There is one more major footing that they need to install. So they have not finished digging that last footing. Crews are working on weekends. Rutherford Construction is working on weekends getting these footings done, and a lot of ripping up the mountain and digging down deep in the mountain to prepare the launch for AlpenFury as well. So they are working 7 days a week, Rutherford Construction, whereas the company that is in charge of erecting AlpenFury only works Monday to Friday. Although that part of the ride seems pretty well on track, the other parts of AlpenFury's construction and AlpenFest seem pretty far behind. Although when I say that, sometimes theming can go up really quickly. We see at one of our sister parks, King's Dominion, that the theming has gone up pretty quickly. So when it comes to facelifts of buildings, especially we're watching one of the buildings in Wonderland get renovated right now, and it happens very quickly. So they could take an area like this once they're done the construction with the heavy machinery and send in the company that is gonna, be in charge of theming. Do I suspect that the Fly is going to get a paint job / a retheme? I'm not sure about a complete retheme. I know I am hoping and wishing for a retheme. It needs it. I would like something outside of the name The Fly for a coaster in that area. But I definitely am pretty confident it's going to get a paint job at minimum. So fingers crossed we get a new name and retheme as well. You guys have heard me talk about this on the podcast, but I really am in love with the shaping and design of AlpenFury. A lot of thought went into the support structure. If you even look at that one support holding up that corkscrew, it's perfectly matched with the Vortex support column right there. So that's very interesting. I love that they put that much attention into it. One other really cool thing is the LSMs on Alpen. You know what? I'll wait till I talk about that when they're on the screen. But outside of that, again, we're not seeing a lot of work going on in terms of theming and aesthetics and the queue line yet. Just a ton of electrical work going on in AlpenFury station area. And we can't obviously see what's going on in the mountain. There will unfortunately not be a construction tour at Wonderland until middle of March or end of March. I did get clarification on that, so we'll have to wait a little longer. Outside of that, I do have a surprise for you guys, hopefully at the end of this week or the beginning of next week after next week, for you guys for an update on the channel and AlpenFury, so stay tuned for that. So I know I just wanted to get around and get some other shots, low to the ground shots of AlpenFury, just to show how close this really gets to the rides around it. It's going to be one of those rides where people are ducking their hands and ducking their heads to avoid what looks like a close call but isn't. It's just got a lot of interaction with the rides around it and itself. A huge part of it is interacting with itself. And yeah, so I know a lot of people are really curious about the height requirements for AlpenFury. I have reached out to the park for comment, and I do suspect they will be, and they're trying to get an answer for me. So hopefully, in the next couple of days, I'll be able to have an answer for you guys on the height requirements, minimum height requirements for AlpenFury, and if there are any height restrictions for taller people on AlpenFury. So hopefully I'll have that information for you guys very shortly. I am just waiting for the park to figure that out. It could take, they might not even be able to give it yet, but I just wanted to ask because, one, I am holding an event, and there are families that are attending this event that would like to know if their kids are going to be tall enough to ride. So valid question, and that's why I asked the park. So yeah. As you can see here, the next phase of construction, in my opinion, a little unfortunate. You can always tell. So basically what happens is they put what they're going to do for the next day on those little tractor flatbeds. And then that's what they're going to move into the park. And essentially that's what they work on, is what's on those flatbeds. So unfortunately, it looks like the support columns heading into the stall, I believe, that's heading over the globe. So they'll be working on that support structure heading into the Extreme Skyflyer Pot of Land. Outside of that, no signs of any of the fire effect for AlpenFury being installed yet. And no signs of further station work. Again, they're probably going to want to get the electrical done for AlpenFury before they start any further construction. It is a little weird that we only have one side of the station done. That rebar cage there is for that last massive footing that they still need to pour and cure. Those little flat ones there are to re-pour the floor inside the mountain for AlpenFury. They've done a lot of digging. As you can see here, this was filmed on Saturday. They are going in and out. They were going in and out all day, removing dirt. That's them digging down below, the cement. And they got the tunnel they have to install as well. And my prediction is it'll be Rockscapes that does the tunnel. I'm really excited to see what Timber Kits pulls off with the station building as well. Again, if you watch the podcast, you're going to see a lot of money poured into Canada's Wonderland. Here's a really good shot of the electrical room / PLC and electrical system for AlpenFury being installed. And it's only going to get more complex. After seeing our sister park King's Dominion's theming for Raptura, I totally just butchered the name there. I fully suspect that this coaster is going to have a lot of theming in itself, or the area at least. So I'm really excited to see what they pull off, especially with this new bigger budget that they have. So Wonderland has a lot more room to play around now with the area. Or are they going to use some of that budget to fix up Thunder Run as well? I do suspect that could be part of the case. And then obviously if you have a flame effect, that eats up a little bit of the budget as well. So as you can see there is a little discoloration with that new rock work on the mountain. Just wanted to point that out. But again, it does suck that there is a lot of work going on inside the mountain, and unfortunately we can't see that. But yeah, outside of that, I think that's all I have to say about AlpenFury. If there's more, I'll correct myself. I might just put music now and let you guys watch the rest of the video. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Again, please register for the event in the comment section down below. If you do want to attend, there is a cap on this event. I'm not allowing everyone who wants to come. I am capping the event at the amount that pays off the event, and that's all I'm doing, just because I want everyone to have an enjoyable experience and riding AlpenFury, and I don't want there to be a line or people waiting any longer than 15 minutes to get on the ride. So and there are some other details I am working out with the park as well. But yeah, that's it. So again, if you want to come to this event, register as soon as possible. Payment is not due. You will get sent a payment portal in about a week or two. Just register the event, give us your email, and a third-party company is going to take care of everything else. Anyways, thank you so much. As you can see here, there is one last thing I forgot, that black support to go inside the mound. So that is started to pile up there. That's ready to go, but there is also some rebar, but that could be for the ground or floor or the transfer track inside the mountain. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for supporting the channel and watching our updates, and I really look forward to seeing you next week for a surprise announcement, hopefully, and seeing you at the event. Have a good one, guys. Bye.